Hi, everybody. It's another bonus episode of Incoming. We're working hard in season 2, but we're trying to give you cool stuff to listen to while we work. Today is no exception. I sat down for a little interview with our Foley artist, Katie Waters, and we did Katie's 5 favorite Foleys. So Foley artist is kind of like a combination sound effects designer and performance artist. You're going to learn about what she does and how she does it. Also, while I got you here, I want to crowdsource some material for the next bonus episode. So I want to know what you would do with the last 20 minutes you have left if you were to get the missile alert. So you can leave a comment on Apple Podcasts, leave a comment on Spotify, or you can email me directly, david@incomingpodcast.com. I'm normal. I would love to hear from you. Just email me anytime. Anyway, on to the interview. Katie Waters, take it away. Okay, everybody, listen carefully.
Hey, I didn't break a glass. I'm going to make my special drink. Are you thirsty? You want something?
I'm okay right now, thanks.
Okay. I'm making What do you think's in this?
I think it's probably hot water.
Oh, that's a good guess. It is. I'm going to make my special drink.
Does this make a sound? Yeah, it's a little gloppy right there. I like it.
It's honey. I'm just going to have hot
Hot water and honey?
Hot water and honey. If I had a lemon, I'd definitely throw that in there.
Okay. So the sounds you just heard were made by our collaborator and a pretty incredible artist in her own right. It's Katie Waters, who is the Foley artist for Incoming. Now, we take great pride in making the worlds that we present to you as immersive as we can. A lot of that has to do with the incredible sound design and mixing of my partner, Brian Hensley. But some of the more exciting sounds and some of the more intricate sounds come through the art of Foley. And that's what Katie does. Katie, tell them what Foley does.
So, Foley is performance art and recording. We record and perform sound effects, usually to picture, but in this case, for the podcast, we don't have a visual reference. So we're basically listening to the dialogue or reading the script. I would like to get the script from you guys and kind of listen to the dialogue and read the script and make notes of what we're going to add for Foley. I was trying to add in character sounds to make it feel like the characters were in the room, instead of just dialogue. Can we hear like a chair scoot if someone's getting up or sitting down, or just a shuffle, or maybe there's something on the table moving, that sort of thing. So just kind of bring it to life.
To me, it makes the difference between a story being 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional. They're like the little subtle cues that really make you feel like you're living in the world that's being presented to you.
Yes, exactly. I always like to make it feel like we're sitting at the table with them, like we're kind of just like this ghost observer with them.
I love it. So our idea for today's Incoming bonus episode was 5 favorite Foleys. So Katie's 5 favorite Foleys from season 1. Let's talk about what they are and how you made them.
Yeah, so the first one I think I had was You Beautiful Little Seedlings.
Okay.
And
that's episode 1 for all you listeners out there in podcast land.
So the sound from that episode, this one was really special for me because it was the first one that I did. And we had done some narrative podcasts, but not a lot. And it just felt a little special because I'm, big Pasquesi fan. I think we all are, being in the audio world. He's been here for other projects and stuff, and just really funny person, and always plays a funny character. And him being kind of one of the leads in that one, there was a moment where his character Daniel, when they get the alert about the ballistic missile, and he's kind of been leading all these people, and he's like shit, the world is really gonna fucking end. And he just kind of bails on all of them. And he's like, it seems like I don't remember what, or if we even knew what he was looking for, but he kind of is just like, and his mom's like yelling at him. And I remember just like, I wanted to be able to listen to the dialogue so I could perform to the dialogue. So I have a really good memory, like this was yesterday, being on the Foley stage, at the kitchen island cabinet setup with the headphones on, and hearing the dialogue of him and just kind of like crazily opening the cabinets and the drawers.
So he goes back to his little apartment and he's like frantically looking
yes, he's
something.
Frantically looking for something. We don't know what. I didn't even know what I was looking for, but I'm trying to get in that headspace of just, being a frantic person, like, is this the end of the world?
Okay, so let's listen to it. Can we listen to it?
Yeah, let's listen to it.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, man.
Fuck!
Where the fuck is it?
Daniel,
What?
are you okay?
Don't come in here!
What are you doing in the
What did I
closet?
just, we gotta go right now.
What are you talking about? This is what we have been waiting for.
No, this is a fucking ballistic missile. Where the hell is
What are you looking for?
Were you in here?
Of course not. Why?
It was right on the shelf. God damn it, forget it. We gotta go. Now.
We are too tiny to know what form her deliverance will take. You taught me that.
Yeah, well, that's not what I meant. You do what you want, but I'm getting out of here.
What's in the shoebox?
So that was incredible, and it really does sound like someone like frantically searching through a little apartment and closet. Let's hear the sound of just the Foley stuff by itself. Okay, tell us exactly what's happening. First of all, describe what the Foley stage is like. What are the tools you're working with?
Yeah, so the Foley stage is it's like a I would say like 20 by 20 room. There's surface pits that have different surfaces like grass, rock, dirt, concrete.
And you can just make like different kind of footsteps.
Yeah,
on those?
a bunch of different footsteps. We can swap out the surfaces if we need other types of surfaces. I've got some various different types of wood that I'll lay down to walk on for like wood. We have a creaky wood. We have a really nice solid wood if we want like a cleaner wood for a hardwood surface. The room is carpeted, so if we ever need to do carpet footsteps, I just walk on the Foley stage room surface itself. There's a couple like 4-tier shelves, metal shelves that have little black plastic bins that have different props organized in them. I have like, I call it like my high school bin that's got like glasses and cigarettes and index cards and pens and stuff in there.
I like that the cigarettes are in the high school bin.
I know. It's like I'm working on so many indie stuff. Everybody's smoking all the time.
It's so true.
Actually, my parents are smokers. I am not a smoker. I probably have secondhand smoke from just like, going and telling them about my day so much after school and whatnot, and they'd be like, get away, and I'd be like, no, I want to talk to you. But I bought my first pack for Foley, and I couldn't even tell you what the brand is. I can see the box. It's like blue and white, but they've been in there now for 5 years. And
well, let's have the indie film people step it up because Katie's got some parliament she needs to smoke in there.
Brian last week was like, you need to go get new cigarettes. And I asked, my mom was visiting, and I was like, can you buy me some cigarettes? She's like, you're old enough to buy cigarettes. I'm like, I feel so guilty doing it though.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But anyway, so there, and then there's like chains, there's jewelry.
So what's the sound? Do you have like, you said there's like a kitchen island in there?
Yes, so then the other side of the room, it looks like a kitchen countertop, wood top with a sink, and then there's probably about 6 cabinets up top, and then there's 4 drawers with cabinets below those as well.
Okay.
And so how I set it up for the rummaging for Daniel's character was I got a bunch of different stuff out. There's always stuff out on the counter. The room is a disaster. Like, there's just shit everywhere.
It's a glorious disaster.
It's a glorious disaster. I hope we can cuss on this because I am a
You
big
can cuss.
cuss.
I mean, yeah,
I am
whatever.
a cusser. Thanks, Mom. And so there's always stuff everywhere, but I got out just other stuff that I thought would be in a closet, like boxes. Paper's a really nice texture. It's easy to just like pile up a few different types of paper, and it can sound like a lot with just a few pieces, which is nice. Plastic, I'm remembering hearing some glass tinking, you know. Again, it's like what makes sense, but also what sounds crazy. He yells at her, and it's like maybe I should match that with what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, let's go it again, but I got to remember to hit this spot a little
That's what makes
harder.
it performance art.
Yes, and he's so good. I'm listening to that, and I'm like, God, if he was every actor, you know, sometimes we get lucky to work with really good actors.
I agree with that.
So
For the audio nerds out there like me, what's your microphone situation in there? Like, what are you using to capture the stuff?
So we have a shotgun microphone. It's a Shep's CMIT 5U. It's the blue microphone.
Well, they should send you some for plugging their...
Yeah, Shep's. We use your mic and we'd like more. But
Yeah. I could use one for my home studio too. So just, hit us up.
yes, Shep's, please.
Sheps.
Shep's.
That's right. All right, now you're overselling it. All right, let's number 2 Foley. What's the number 2 Foley?
Okay, number 2, varmint rifle.
Episode 2.
Episode 2. There's a sequence when the drunk dad sends the kids out and their friend to go get water because they've received the alert. They think it's a tornado.
They have to go hide in the shelter, but he realizes they're going to be there for a few days.
Yes.
So he sends them to go get water from the barn in like big heavy jugs.
Yes. So we'll play the context here, but for Foley, what we did was we pretty much handled the water jugs sounds. So,
So yeah, just to like reiterate, there's a mixture of things that's happening.
Yes.
So Brian, as the sound designer,
right,
is adding tornado sirens in the background and sometimes
lots of doors,
breathing from the actors and doors and things like that.
Yeah.
But there's certain sounds that are hard to duplicate, and they add a bunch of realism to what we're trying to do.
for sure. And it also, I think, like, it depends if a sound is going on for a long time to make it believable. That's what we do in the world of Foley, is we add this sense of believability and realism. It's grounded. And the best way to do that is through performing with Foley, because trying to cut an effect, a library effect, it may not have any nuance or uniqueness to it, and it just sounds repetitive.
Yeah, like real sounds have asymmetry.
Yeah.
So like having a sound, even if it's well executed, that plays either on a loop or all at one level, is a way that even if it doesn't register to the listener that that's what's happening, it just makes it sound fakey.
Yeah.
And we want it to be as real as we can.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's hear it. Let's hear what it sounds like.
2 minutes. Let's go. Get the big ones. 2 minutes.
Daddy disappeared into the house and we sprinted to the barn. I caught Thomas looking down the road toward town.
I need to go home.
It's too far.
But my mom and dad.
Knock it off. You'll never get there in time. Come help me.
I can't carry 2. They're too heavy.
I can manage. No, hurry up. We gotta bring my daddy back to the bunker.
He's already there. He's got a rifle.
Come on, shake a leg.
Hand them to me, one at a time. Okay, boy, give me yours. Tilda, get inside.
Thomas, you first.
So there's a lot of things going on there. There's the 3 characters talking. There's the heavy breathing of the little kid. There's the tornado siren happening. There's the squeak of the shelter door. There's the barn door, but there's that really cool sloshy sound underneath. So now let's hear the sloshy sound by itself. Okay, sounds amazing. Just from the writing standpoint, let's talk about when I'm writing something like that, you go through the process of, okay, what would be the size of large-scale water canisters that they sold in this country in 1961 when that episode is set, and how much would they weigh and stuff like that. There's information about that in the script, but you then have to turn that into a real sound. So how did you make that sound?
So I actually had these the 5-gallon water jugs that you get for dispensing water at home, and I brought one from home and filled it up in the Foley stage sink, and I think I filled it up like maybe a fourth of the way.
So it would be extra sloshy?
Yes, and that's one thing I've learned from doing Foley over the years is like, you know, you don't want to fill it up all the way, maybe halfway or maybe less, because I guess it depends on how sloshy you want it. But the less water in there, the more slosh it's gonna smack around.
Sound is air moving. You need to have some space for that air.
Exactly. But yeah, so it was basically that, and then just trying to figure out the mic placement to be able to capture that and be able to sound like, you know, these kids are struggling, like, you know, like
they're heavy.
Yeah, they're heavy, and you know, and also like the way that the dialogue was, it was kind of, it wasn't like quick that it happened. Like it kind of felt like, again, we're there with them, getting the jugs and
dragging these heavy jugs across
them around.
The field. Yeah.
So and I remember this like I remember like trying to figure out with Brian, like hearing the sloshing, but also like, you know, I think we recorded the dragging, like the hearing a dragging sound separate. So I think there's a layer in there where you actually hear more plastic on dirt to convey that. So if he wanted to push that level up in the mix,
right, that's part of the mixer's job, is to like balance those elements out.
Yeah, at least give you know, for me and I think a lot of the sound editors here at Noise Floor, it's like trying to give the mixers as much flexibility as possible when they are mixing. So if they want, it's like give them the tools to be able to give them an option if a director is asking for more. And then the other thing too is the footsteps. The footsteps are slow, staggered. You know, I can tell I definitely stepped backwards. Like I was like almost kind of like pulling, you know, them. Because I know that's how I would do it. Even if it was a dead body, I'd be pulling it as opposed to, you know, pushing. So it's
that's just smarts right there.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much what it was. But you know, it's all those different performances. You know, dirt versus slosh versus feet. All of it encompassing together adds that believability layer.
It's incredible. So there's like, you know, I mean, it really unfolds over like 10 or 15 seconds, but there's a lot of storytelling in that bit. That's all you, kid.
Yeah. I was the fourth kid.
You were the fourth kid. All right, let's go to number 3.
Okay, number 3. I do drive a hard bargain.
Oh yeah, that's episode 8, the final episode of season 1.
Oh, this is a hard one. I think I have I think I have 7 favorite sounds. I know we're only supposed
I know,
to talk
but
about 5.
it's alliterative. 5 favorite Foleys.
I know.
It's not 7 super sounds. It's 5 favorite Foleys.
Because I love food, I'm going to go with the tortillas being pushed under the door.
Yeah, okay. So in episode 8, I Do Drive a Hard Bargain. As you may remember, there are 3 people trapped in an apartment in the wake of a nuclear bomb landing. And while they're there trying to make their meager resources last, someone comes to the door, the tremendous actress and my dear friend Mary Lou Henner. And she says she's very hungry, and our actress decides to give her a tortilla, and she has to slide it under the door. Karen Rodriguez sells it. Can we hear the scene in context?
Okay, I'm Hannah. My name's Patty. Hi, Patty. Look, I can't open the door or they'll wake up, but maybe I can slide something under? Oh, that would be incredible. Okay, hold on. We have a couple of tortillas.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah, sorry, my good arm is messed up, but let me see if I can jam them under. Oh, God.
Try folding them in half.
Oh, okay. There, you got it?
Thank you.
It's incredible. It's a little squeaky. But the folded in half is just a thing I made up. I was like, if you had to get a tortilla under a door, how would you do it? I feel like, well, you'd fold it in half. So it would, I don't know if it's real or not, but you tell us. How did you make the sound of a folded tortilla being slid under an apartment building door?
Yeah, I thought about this. I was like, well, I could do this with the thing. But that's the beauty of Foley, is like you don't have to use the actual thing to make the sound. And there are so many bits of comedy throughout these episodes, not every episode, but I was just, to me, like, this was funny, like putting a tortilla under a door in desperate times. But I was like, it doesn't have to be a tortilla. How am I going to convey this? And why not make it squeaky? I mean, obviously you have the plastic bag because most tortillas are in a plastic bag. So that's the believable sound, is the plastic bag. We all know they come in a plastic bag. There doesn't even have to be anything in there. The sound that we remember is the plastic if people think about it.
Yeah.
But I used an old school hot rubber water bottle. And I have like this, it's a wood floor with a metal, it's actually a noise floor sign that's metal. And I just put a little water down and then put the hot rubber water bottle.
And then just like slide the bottle across.
Yeah. And it's like, again, listening to the dialogue and like it's like, I can't, she was maybe making a grunt or something, or there was some time, right? So I was like, okay, maybe she's struggling with it. So, like, make it sound difficult. And
Let's hear it by itself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's so funny because, like, when you tell us what it is, we hear it by itself. You're like, oh, yeah, I get that. But in the context, it just sort of, like, glides by as like, oh, yeah, well, that's what's happening. Sells it as a bit.
It sells it. Yeah.
All right. What's number 4?
Number 4, it's Peanut.
Okay. Peanut is a story of a couple who are in the process of splitting up, played by the great Amy Landecker and Paul Edelstein. And they realize that their beloved dog Peanut is at the groomers, and then they have to race together through town to try to rescue the dog from the groomers.
I'm curious what yours is, Brian, but I was going to lean towards the dogs getting released from the kennel, just their feet. Is that what you're going to say?
It's awesome.
Okay, good.
So to explain, they get to the groomers and there's a bunch of this spoiler alert, but I mean, if you're this far into a bonus episode, you heard this already. So they get to the groomers and there's a bunch of dogs who have been abandoned in the back of the groomers and they're all in their little cages. And Amy decides to release the dogs into the wild so that they won't be trapped there when the missile lands. So we have a sound of a bunch of dogs losing their minds, and there's any number of sound effect libraries where you can get dogs barking. But what does it sound like when a bunch of dogs are running away on like a either linoleum or cement floor? And so you did that. You did the dog feet.
Yes, I did the dog feet.
Let's hear it in context.
Oh my God, what about the rest of them?
What do you mean?
We can't just leave them here.
What? Why not?
Because there's missiles! And they'll land and they'll be locked in their cages and they're going to starve. It's cruel.
Vivica, we gotta go right now.
No, I'm letting them out.
No! Vivica, you cannot just...
Flipping forage for food. Help me, Robert, for Christ's sake!
Fine! Hold on, Peanut. We gotta do this.
Go! Go on, everyone! You're free!
Well, they're not going. Maybe they like it here.
Shoo! Go on, go hide! The missiles are coming!
We gotta go, Viv. You did your best.
Shit! Okay, hold on. Okay, Pups. Okay, you want to go, you go, or stay, or whatever you want, okay?
Gotta go!
Context on gotta go.
Yeah, it makes sense. You really get the sense that you're in the back of some seedy dog grooming facility with a bunch of dogs in their little kennels. But just the barking doesn't totally sell it. You need the feet. So let's hear the feet by themselves. Okay, incredible. How did you make the foot sounds?
So the dog foot sounds, there's a couple type of dogs that I imagine there, like some bigger dogs and then the smaller dogs like Peanut. So for the bigger dogs, I did like a leather padded glove and kind of just like, just performing them on I think I did like a laminate floor, just to be able to get like a nice solid landing. Like they're jumping high out of the kennel, and it's like a dunk. Brian always likes things in twos, like not like a dunk land type. So
yeah.
So like doing a mixture of big dogs and small dogs. The small dogs, I have a pair of gloves with I switch it up. I have like paper clips taped to them, so with the nails.
For the nails?
Or I have acrylic nails that I'll tape as well. So I ran out of paper clips, and so I brought in some acrylic nails from home, and I just keep them here, and if they break or lose them, whatever, I can.
Plus, when you go out after work, you want to have like really long acrylic nails, right?
Yes, exactly. But also I think like a big part of this, aside from just the performance and recording, was the editing. Just trying, I think, probably just the timing things out with Brian's sound effects of kennels, cages opening and stuff. And, I would even, duplicate some of the stuff so it would sound like there was more than what I would record. And I don't think I recorded this listening to the dialogue. Like I just was like, I recorded it. It's gorilla.
Makes sense. It doesn't have to match. It's
yeah.
just like a bed of what's happening.
And I think I knew I was like usually when we do like background group people, it's like there might be 20 people in the background for a film, and we'll usually start recording for 3 people. We'll pick out the 3 that our eyes go to naturally and listen to that and see if it's enough to cover and feels full. So I think that was my model was like, just I'm gonna record it guerrilla style, meaning I'm just gonna do it wild and kind of not with the dialogue, just record a few big dogs doing different landings and a few small dogs running, and then use that to cut it together and make it sound big. But I think really what sells that is it's everything that's going on there.
Yeah.
Their dialogue, the barks, the collars, the feet, the
Expertly
kennels.
mixed by Mr. Brian Henson.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, that's a good example of how everything comes together to really make it.
All right, it's time for the fifth one. The fifth and final favorite Foley.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Foley if I didn't have a favorite that was like wet and gooey sounding. So, here we are. Vesti la juba. How do you say that?
Vesti la juba.
Vesti la
Put on the
juba.
costume.
Put on the costume. The sardines.
Oh, yeah. Is it the sardines going into the garbage?
Nope.
Okay.
He eats them.
Oh, it's just him eating them? Oh, that's awesome. Okay. So, Vesti la juba. Let's hear it in context.
I got you a treat.
Oh, you didn't have to do that.
Pizzolino's had sardines.
That's really nice of you, but yeah, I don't really like sardines.
Get out of here. You used to go through a can a week until Sister Agnes made me stop putting them in your lunchbox. Nasty woman.
Sure, right. I don't like them anymore.
Try one. For me. Maybe you'll remember how good they are.
Okay.
Just like you remember?
Yeah, real salty and fishy. Thank you. That was really nice of you to get those for me.
I'd give you the moon if I could.
Okay, that was Joe Minoso and Janet Ulrich Brooks in Vesti la Juba, put on the costume. He is pretending to be someone he's not, and she gives him a tin of sardines, and he has to pretend to eat them with gusto. And although I would eat sardines, I'm okay with sardines. You eat sardines?
I've never had them. It's funny that we're having this conversation because I bought a can and like I told my husband, I was like, I'm going to try them. And the can just keeps moving to different places.
Yeah, I get it. But it's canned, so it's fine. It's fine. So it's not gonna go bad. All right, so tell us how you made the sound.
Ugh. So this is like a go-to Foley artist prop that every Foley artist have. We love it. It is a leather chamois. Like I think of washing a car with my dad when I was a kid. It's the last step of the car wash where you got that little leather cloth and you're drying all the excess water up. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I have a chamois, but like a leather chamois. Well,
yeah, it's just it's leather.
Okay.
So it's just really thick material, and it just holds water really well.
So what do you like soak it and then just like kind of like squish it around?
Yeah, exactly. So it's very versatile for wet sounds. Use it in all the horror movies that I work on, plus like vegetables and fruit and whatnot. But for this, I was just like, what am I gonna do? He's probably thinking this. He's like, I'm not. This isn't. He's pretending to like something.
Yeah, and you want to make it sound gross so that you get the sense.
Yeah, because most people go like, "Ew, gross sardines." Well, and what I've heard people, and I don't even know. They probably are delicious. I don't know.
I like them.
I'm
into it.
I'm got to try them. I'm going to open that can someday.
Tonight. Tonight. That's an oral contract.
When I revisited this episode, I was like, did I open a tuna can? Because I do have a couple tuna cans on.
Somebody opened some kind of can.
But right after that is the chamois slosh.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear the thing by itself.
Okay, one more time, just for effect.
That's it. That's a gloopy ass sardine you got right there. For sure. I hope the one that you have at home isn't quite that viscous.
Oh, I hope not. I know it's like, because I don't know if they're all like this, but it's like a rectangular can.
Are you getting most of your information about this from like old Tom and Jerry cartoons or like?
Oh my God, yeah, because.
Right? Because like Tom will love sardines.
Yeah, that was my grandpa's favorite show.
Yeah. I get it. It's nice to see that thing has been passed down through the generations. Yeah. And is now making its way into a medium that your grandpa never would have enjoyed.
Oh, no.
All right, that's 5 favorite Foleys with Katie. So let me ask you a couple questions before we go. What's the hardest thing you ever had to Foley for any project?
Probably some boxing scenes in this boxing MMA American Warrior that we worked on. It was just really physical.
And you just had to just like beat the hell out of an intern and just like record it?
Yes. No. It was more just like slamming objects into the ground and stuff.
So last question. What's the dream Foley? What's the sound that you've always wanted to be able to create from scratch? Is it like the xenomorph from Alien, or is there like a real life sound that you're like, man, I would like to recreate the sound of a piano being dropped off the Wrigley building?
I've worked on a couple animations.
Yeah.
But I think like doing like if there was a Toy Story 10, and like just put Buzz and Woody in a lava lake or something like that.
Okay, and you got to like create a whole audio world.
Yeah.
That's interesting because like in stuff like the Pixar movies, like fully realized animated movies, the sound design is such a huge element of making it feel real.
Yeah. And I think too, like a lot of the times I'm doing a lot of the same Foley sounds.
Yeah.
And I think the animations, how do you make this sound larger than life and believable? Also, like another animation, Zootopia. I love that movie.
Okay.
Like doing the feet for an animation rabbit, like walking around the street. I think that would be the dream Foley for me. Like,
I like
just
it.
because I think that would really challenge me.
Yeah. Well, let's get there. Somebody out there who's listening to this right now, give us a bunch of money, and I'll write the movie, and Katie will do the Foley.
I would love that.
All right, Katie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, David.
All you listeners out there in incoming land, thank you so much for listening to our show, for telling friends about it, for leaving reviews and stuff on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify, wherever you listen to stuff. If you ever want to reach out to me directly, you may always do so at david@incomingpodcast.com. We are working hard on season 2. We will be back in a couple of weeks with more bonus action. Talk to you soon.